I'm back. So today, I want to make some LFO presets for Ableton because there have been about a million times that I wish I had some like LFO presets on an effects rack that do various things that I already have in mind of kind of some things I want them to do. So I figured if I'm gonna make them, why not make them on a live stream? These will eventually be available as like just a cheap little, you can buy these presets maybe for like $5 for a ton of these presets or something like that. Plus you're gonna get like my cheat sheet and a bunch of other stuff for that. So, so I'm just gonna make this for you. And if you wanna hang out and watch, then that's cool. If not, just subscribe and watch for the regular video to come out later. But otherwise, let's get into this thing. So I'm gonna go to the mini me. All right, I'll show you my screen. All right, so we're gonna just be messing in here with this LFO on an audio effects rack. But I would like to, we're just initially gonna lay some chords down just so we can obviously work with something. So let's see, we're gonna go. I'm working on a track right now, and I'm just gonna use the same chord progression I used for the track because it's easy. Yikes. We'll just go for this one. All right. The first thing I'm gonna make is like a pumper. Pull this baby out. Actually, I can just, I guess, use my little cheat pad here. A little cheating pad. No, I actually don't want to do that. Oops. Alright, so let's go ahead and just record that ditty in there. We'll drop the tempo down to 95, we'll say 95. Let's do that. And let's go ahead. Let's see, 4. Arm that shizzy for recording. Let's just go ahead. All right. So now we got just some chords in there to mess with. And then I'm just gonna modify the sound real quick just to take down some let's add a little bit of we'll add a little cutoff to B. Make it not as shrill since we're going to be listening to this for a while, so we don't want to bore ourselves on it. Okay. Oh, I should probably save this also. Save early, save often. That's the ticket to successful file work on the Computadores. Because it's 1997 and apparently I need to explain proper computer saving etiquette. Save early, save often. Some people still don't do it. I mean, I remember going to school, people weren't saving early or saving often, and their computer would freeze, and they would lose stuff. So that kind of sucked, and I don't want to do that. So, let's see, where am I trying to save this to? Graphics, sound creation, let's do that. We'll go LFO presets. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna take an audio effects rack, we're gonna slam it down here, and then we're gonna get ourselves a little LFO, and we're gonna throw that BZ in there. Let's turn on our macros here. Okay, so the first thing I would like to do is make kind of like a pumper, similar to like the what's it called? Waves makes one. It's like a one knob series thing. It's like a pumper, and it works for like sidechain compression basically. And so I'm gonna make a similar thing to where you can basically simulate sidechain compression, but the beauty of it is that you can turn it on even if there's nothing to sidechain to. So like typically if you were sidechaining and had like drums pumping, you know, as long as your drums are pumping, the sidechaining is working and it's pulsing your chords or whatever you're sidechaining. But as soon as those drums stop, your chords are going to play full. So I wanted to have some sort of LFO knob that was on that that simulated that sidechain compression. So that way, even if I didn't have, you know, a floor-to-the-floor drum kit going or something like that, I could still get that pulsing effect, which is super common in a lot of electronic and dance music. Let's see, so we're gonna come over here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, boom, boom. What am I looking for here? Is it really not just a... so am I looking for a utility here? What am I looking for? The shiz? Can I not put this in an effects stack? That kind of fucks things up. I didn't realize I couldn't throw this into an effects chain. Huh. Interesting. That shakes things up a bit. Let's see. I mean, in theory, I can just map it to that. Let's throw macros on too. We're gonna need some macros set up. Okay, so we would have it running as a, we'd probably go, let's see if, so if it's a sidechain, let's have it go, let's just have it go up for now. And then we would increase, so if we have it on quarter notes, if it's like a kick drum, and then just to get, so basically the lower end of the spectrum here of the minimum for the modulation value would be our lowest volume setting it gets to, and the 100% would obviously be max, and then obviously we don't have any release here, so the smoothness would give us some release. And we could adjust our depth if we didn't want it to go as... So now we essentially have sidechain compression without anything for it to connect to, so we can just get the effect. I'm just going to experiment with... Be a little backwards, I think. Just depends, I guess, whether you go up or down would just dictate. I could make this bigger too. Let me make this bigger. Or not, because I don't have enough space to work in Streamlabs. Shoot skis. Yeah, shoot skis. Bummer. So this is simulating a... So let's see, so we're simulating a fast, slow rise, and then it drops fast. So that's the volume drops fast. So that would be the kick hitting it, is why it's dropping fast. Or whatever you'd typically be sidechaining to, and then it goes up slowly as like a release. So up is the move for sure. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else maybe for this would be controllable, because we're going to start adding macros to this. Because I might make these as just separate tracks, or separate audio effects racks. And I could have one audio effect racks that runs a ton of different LFO, different settings and parameters, but I think that might get sort of crazy, perhaps. So let's see. And then it's harder to disable it, I guess, too. Okay, so we're gonna name this one Pumper LFO. We'll go LFO Pumper. That way it's easier to find in a search thing, I guess. Maybe not. Okay, so we need to assign some things here. So let's see, let's have the first setting. Let's have the first one be the rate. And then we'll set this one to macro 2, and we'll call this release. Although it's technically not just a release, because the smoothness also impacts. It kind of is a release, though. I want it to be named somewhat recognizable, so when you just open up and see these, you can come in here and edit the macros. I wish the rate would reflect this beats here, because this is in beats and this is just like the MIDI from 0 to 127. I wish I could get this to display as the beats. Yeah, it's just showing the generic value. I wonder if there's a... I wish there was a way to show modulation. Oops. I mean, I could just have variation presets for the different rates, and that would make it easier as well. So I might just run that route. Because as you turn this knob, I guess you can also see the rates changing. So that would be sort of an indicator. But it would just be nice if it was displayed. I wonder if there actually is a way. Ableton macro show true value. Yeah, here's a question from 2018. Let's see if this answers my... It's a VS2 limitation. I'm not running VSTs though. I'm running... Let's see. Map to a Mac and units will be displayed underneath the macro. I'm wondering. It would be a nice feature. It would be a very nice feature. I understand the limitation for VSTs, but with, you know, just stock plugins like this where the value is literally right there, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to have it just show the actual value, right? Right? That makes sense, right? Anyway, that's okay. We'll keep moving. So we got the rate, we got the release, which is the smoothness, and then let's go... so then we'll set the low and the high here. So we'll map this one. No way, can I not map that? What? What? I can't map this? You've got to be shitting me. No way. Oh man, that sort of puts a damper on things. What? That's crazy that I can't map that. Yeah, I can't, it's not green. Weird. Very weird. Well, that's gonna... Oops. Oops. I didn't realize that I couldn't map that. That's gonna change things a little bit. So I wonder if there's another way I can set this then. Let's get tricksy here. Let's get tricksy. So it's controlling, so this is mapped to the volume. That's surprising, actually, that I can't map that. I would have just assumed I could have mapped that. Because I don't necessarily know that I want this to be a setting that somebody can change. Well, okay, I guess I can do this and I can just... Oh, okay, so I can just put it 0, and then the depth can control the... Okay, that's fine. That'll work. So 100% should totally kill it, and then like 9% you will hardly hear it. So if I go 100 with a 0% release, it should just be a boom, that's hard. Then the faster this release, the more you lose in your depth, obviously. Okay, so we'll set the depth a little low. Okay, and then I suppose, I don't really think the jitter would come into play very much. It really kind of ruins the purpose of what this does. So I could, since we can only, since this displays the macros in even amounts, we've got this empty macro here, I just want to make sure this extra macro is being used. So I could set it for the wave type. I don't think the offset will be much use, especially since the wave type, I mean, if you wanted to offset it, you could change it to a down or something. So I think I will just set this to wave type. Yeah, we'll just do shape. Yeah, I mean, square is actually kind of interesting. So now I have a oops, what am I looking for here? Little quick knobs, just to quickly have sort of a pumper on here, which also saves $20 from buying the Waves Pumper one plugin that all that controls is the it's only one knob, so it only controls, I think, the depth is what it controls. Whereas here you have multiple settings, so that's fun. Look at what we're doing here. It's nice. All right, goes back to up. What's our other one? Just sine. Yeah. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to exclude these from macro variations, and I'm just going to have the macro variations just be the rates. So we're going to go quarter, which is this one, and then we're going to go new. Can I rearrange these once they're in here? Yes, okay. So quarter, let's go eighth. Oops. 1/8. Why is it giving me a damn asterisk? Oh, because I need to save the... Right. I need to... Oh, man. There we go. And then we're going to do... Let's see. 16th. I mean, I'll set it as 16th, although it's not going to be as... I don't think it'll be as useful for people, but we'll have it in there. It's worth having. 16th, and I don't think we need to go to I don't really think we need 1/32. But why not just throw it in there anyway? Why not just get her in there? 1/32. Okay, and then we'll go a new one, and let's go the opposite direction. So we got a quarter note, so let's go half. 1/2. And then we'll go just a whole 1. Boop. Save that. And then, just in case somebody desires it, we shall go to 2. And anything higher than that, if somebody really wants it, they can just adjust it. I think this will be a good just core. Okay, so let's go back to the 16th. Let's just set this back to what we were doing before. Oops, not 16th, quarter. Actually, we'll change this from release to smooth, because that is what the actual parameter is, just so if somebody wants to know exactly what it is that's changing, it's easier for them to go in and see. Okay. So now we have our LFO pumper. So now I can just really quickly throw this pumper on, so if I want to add like a sidechain compression onto a track, without having anything to actually sidechain it to, I can do this. I've been wanting to have this for a while. I also considered buying that Waves tune, or that Waves pumper plugin. I'll show you what what this simulates. Waves pumper. One knob pumper. So you can get a similar plugin here on Sweetwater. This is $24 for this thing, and you can set your rate and have the knob and have an offset. And that's about it. So, but you know, that's useful if you don't have Ableton, but since Ableton has the LFO and you can make these effects racks if you're using Ableton, there's no reason to buy a plugin like that. And I noticed that that one did have an offset as a setting, so I guess that is a setting that people like. So I could include an offset, but if I include an offset, what that's going to do is open up 2 macros. So now I would have to figure out a 6th macro to set. Which, I don't know what I would map it to. Shift the phase of the LFO, I mean. It's not really as necessary for this, what I'm doing here. I'll just leave that off. If somebody wants to get into offsetting, I mean, the settings are still there. So we'll get rid of that. Let's just toss that back down to 4. And then let's just add some colors on it here, because colors are fun. Smooth, what's a good smooth color? Smooth, how about like a green? Green comes to mind. Depth, let's go blue, like the depth of the water. The ocean. Shape, it's a good geometry color. Orange. Not much rhyme or reason to those colors, it's just fun. Alright, so I got an LFO pumper now. Hell yeah. Stoked about that. Are you stoked about that? That's nice. Okay. Let's save. Let's just for fun now. Alright, so let's save our LFO pumper, audio effects rack, and then let's go ahead. I'm just going to go straight to adding that to plugin favorites. Now I got my LFO pumper and my faves. So let's say I want to add some kind of bass line now. Actually, let's add a synth melody. Let's add a little arpeggiator. Let's see, what do I want to load up here? Let's just stick with Complete Control. It's a free Native Instruments setup here. This is just the one you get free from Native Instruments with all the different things. So I'll just keep it in here just so if you're wanting to follow along with this, you can follow along and make some stuff on your own. Let's see. Let's go to Analog Dreams again. Let's go to here. And I'm going to turn on, oops, I don't want to hot swap anymore. An arpeggiator. Oops. Oops, let's arm this for record. It's way faster rate though. Let's go to, maybe let's try 8th notes. Let's try something here. I missed my cue. I need to turn my metronome on. What am I doing? What am I doing skis? Alright, then we'll go here. Why is this still going? I mean, it has a long release on it. Holy smokes. Alright. Actually, not doing that. Sorry. So we got 3. Let's do a 12th. Nope, wrong way. That's also too slow or too fast. Let's just go ahead. There's no reason I can't just copy these chords over here. And then we'll just press play on that. Oh, there's a sustain. That's a problem. Okay, we'll stop this. Let me fix that sustain. MIDI control. Hold pedal. Let's just go ahead. Turn these all off. Oops. Bye, Felicia. All right. I just need to extend these guys. Oops. Let's go ahead and legato. Can I just select all these and legato them? Or is that gonna extend them all to a... No, okay. Safe. Safe. All right. All right, we're gonna add an additional. So we're gonna just take this all down and just boop, shift all that down an octave. And then we're gonna add an additional note. Let's just add an, let's go ahead and add an additional octave down. Why not? Let's see, what note is this here we're twerking with. Oops. There. And then there. Let's change this now back to 16th. All right, now this is where the magic happens. So currently, obviously there's no sort of like sidechain thing in here. So we're gonna come in here, go to our plugin favs. We're gonna take our LFO Pumper. Choose what we want our, see. Let's go to quarters with the other one's at. All right, let's go to, boy, that really knocked the volume down, didn't it? Actually getting a bit of like a percussive sound from this. right. Oh, that's too much. That's too much tuna. Boy, that really... That's really making it quieter. This is why you test these things. Let's see here. If I change the shape. No, that shouldn't make this kind of a difference. Let's turn the smoothness down. Yeah, I see. Because it's... Oh, the offset. Oh, I thought the offset was actually doing something else. So we will need the offset in here. Offset will become a key control, definitely. Okay, so let's go ahead, map offset. But now I have the 6th macro. I've got to assign to something. I guess I could throw jitter on there. We'll get jitter on there, just in case somebody wants it. Okay, so we'll change these all to orange, because these are all modifying the wave. And then we will change these ones. Yeah, it's whatever. And then we're gonna exclude macro from variations. Exclude macro from variations. I'm realizing now I'm probably gonna have to come through and resave all of these variations, but that's okay. Let's see, is there a way to blow this up more? No, seems not to be. So then, okay, let me turn the LFO off this one real quick. Let me get the pumper off this guy. Oh, let's actually just mute it. So the offset, I didn't realize how critical the offset was going to be, actually. Let's go to... Let me turn off the arpeggiator. Oh. Never mind. Lose the whole thing. All right, let me okay, let me do this. Save this. Go ahead and save this, and let's overwrite the old LFO pumper. Let's come back to here. Let's actually bring our new one in here with the offset knob. I just want to make sure that this offset knob is set to the right level. Because the other thing is the offset might just be default set to a... Why is the chord not changing? It's not playing. What is... Oh, there's like a... There was a sustain stuck on. That chord wasn't actually even playing. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now it's... Now it's functioning. This is better. All right. See? Testing. We testing. So, normally if you wanted to really duck, you'd have the depth up at full. Offset gives it so you got your max volume regularly there. And then the smoothness would be sort of your release to... really get rid of that. It's because if it's off, you get kind of a sort of almost like a percussive sound in there, which could be fine. So it's good to have the option to change it. Now, just for funsies. Just mess around with these different shapes here. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know that you'd be messing with the shape too much. But it's fun to have the option to experiment with it. Because I really could just have this be 4. I could have it be the rate, the smoothness, the depth, and the offset. Those are the most important ones, I would say. Okay. So that's our rates. Now, as you jump between these, the rate changes, but the rest of your settings stay the same. Which is nice. Alright, we'll offset down just a little bit. Just to not hit that max. Well, no, I'm going to keep it full actually to resave this plugin. So let's save this again. Oh, pff, I just saved it like 20 times up there. I wasn't paying attention. Damn fool. Yes, overwrite. Let's get rid of those other 3 I just fucking made. Delete. Yes, move to trash. Okay, now we've got our more correct LFO pumper. Is that making it louder? Hitting about -6 with it on. It is making it louder, so maybe the offset needs to be tuned down a little bit. That's okay. Alright, so now let's come back to here. Let's delete the old preset and add the new preset. And let's turn that back on. Now we got some sidechain without having to have anything it's sidechain to. We just got the pumper in there. What is this, Let's just keep that LFO rate off. Get a cleaner signal coming into here. There's too much going on. This bass line's kind of trash. These are also off sync, actually. They're not playing. That's why it sounds funny. They're not playing the right times. Alright, that's fun. I'm glad I made that because I was looking for that for a while. And now I can add, let's just add like a drum thing in here just to get some. So now everything sounds like it's sidechained to an 808. Kick, but it's not. So now just to test this, just to see how it sizes up with actual sidechain compression, let's add a compressor onto this. Let's turn off our LFO pumper, and then let's actually sidechain this to the drums. Okay, so there's the actual sidechain compression. So that's what that sounds like. Let's change the release a little bit. Versus our LFO pumper. Kind of does the same thing, see? But we don't need to have the sidechain on, so we don't, which means we're not tied to having this MIDI clip running. Because if this MIDI clip isn't running and you have sidechain compression on, then this will stop working. So for example, if I were to come in here, so my sidechain is running, but if I stop that clip, the drum, see now I lose that pump effect. So if I have a breakdown and I get rid of my drums on a track where I have the sidechain going, the chords are going to show through full and I'm going to lose that sidechain compression, which in some instances might be okay. But sometimes, just to keep the track kind of pumping and going, you want to maintain that pulse sound. So by having this LFO pumper, I can maintain that pump whether or not the drums are playing. So even if the drums stop, I still have that pulse. And that's why I wanted to make this preset. And it holds up to the sidechain pretty well, I would say, I think. If you don't think, then well, whatever. Whatever, that's your problem. So let's turn that off. Let's turn our sidechain on. Let's get the drums going again. So that's the sidechain. And this is the LFO. Something fun. And this gives you also some more controls. I mean, just with the jitter and everything, like if you wanted to add some sort of jitter effect to get some sort of like, you know, if you're doing something where maybe the track kind of has more of like a decayed sound where it's like something that's old and you want it to kind of have, you know, like some sort of tape distortion sort of jitter or something like that. That jitter gives you the option to do that. You get the shape, which lets you just kind of do some crazy, you know, like you know, if you go like a square, like this is a square, it makes it a little more binary, so it's like on or off, on or off. It's not as smooth. And then you get a real huge pump with that. And then, you know, you can change your smoothness to, you know, if you turn the smooth all the way off, then it's just a true square. Then it's just on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So, I don't know. I think it can be fun. I think it's a good alternative to side. It doesn't necessarily. I mean, sidechain is still useful for a lot of things, and you know, if you're sidechaining a kick that's like more inconsistent, like if you got a kick, maybe you got a kick that's like you can't, you know, this LFO pumper is set on a rate, so unless it's in the rate value, you're not going to get an exact sidechain. So a sidechain compressor would still, you know, it'd give you the sidechain for a more pattern like that. So it doesn't necessarily replace the sidechain compression. It's just an alternative way to do this. So that's one option we got there. Okay. But I wanted to mess with some other LFO presets. So we're gonna start a new audio effect rack here. I have to like duck under my mic. Probably just move that a little bit. All right, so we got another audio effects racks. Let's go with an LFO on that BZ. Let's drag that in there. Let's get our things opened up here. Okay. I'm actually really jazzed about this LFO Pumper. You know, I had some more ideas. I should have wrote down my ideas. I also didn't think it would take me 45 minutes to design that first little preset there. So you could follow along with this and make your own if you want to, or once I have the presets available, because there'll be more than just that one. You can go buy them from the store for $5. You know, time is money, so let's see. And it'll include what other LFO things I add in here. So let's just go into our plugins here. Oops, not our plugins, audio effects. And let's just kind of see, let's look for some ideas of what we could attach our LFO to. So obviously we got reverbs and echoes we can attach our LFOs to. Oh, I was gonna, maybe one thing add is an auto filter. So we could mess around with, let's just map this real quick to this frequency. I'm gonna turn my LFO Pumper off for now. We'll work independently here. This is in a way similar to the Pumper, but it's less, the Pumper I guess is more volume ducking, where this is more frequency ducking, which could be useful too. Let's change this to beats. Let's go ahead and turn off all our other instruments for now. So we could frequency duck. I'm wondering, let's see here. Gives it more of a, just trying to decide all the different things we can map to here. I mean, there's a lot we could map to here. Oh, I guess, wait a minute, am I doing something redundant here? I mean, this has kind of got it built in, but I don't really like working with this LFO versus this bigger one. See, I can simulate it here. So let's see, so amount 26. But you see, there's a limitation on, let's go to, you can't quite get the full range of setting your frequency. It doesn't jump as much, if that makes sense. So let's also map. Let's try a couple things here. Let's click onto a couple of stuffs. Actually, let me turn this off for a sec. Does this phase do anything when it's off? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, so we'd have to have the okay. That's fine. This might seem a bit of a redundancy, but turn this off for a sec. We'll just leave that there. All right, turn this back on. Let me also map resolution, just to see. I'm just curious. Set our range here, maybe not have it go as intense. Oops, now I've done dorked up my resolution. Yeah, I don't know if we necessarily want... We could set resolution as a macro knob. That would be the move, obviously. So we're just going to rename this one LFO Filter. And then let's go ahead and... Or actually, we don't want to change that offset. So the depth, so let me set this back to, oh, it's gonna be on whatever I control it with there. Okay, so there probably wouldn't be, I guess offset would basically be your frequency adjust. So that'd be a frequency range. Okay, well the first thing we obviously want to map is the rate. Rate's important. So we got the rate. Then we got our smoothness again. Let me change this to an up real quick just to... No, we'll have that as sine. I like that. It's... So I could do a similar mapping here for rate, smoothness, depth. Well, I don't know that the smoothness will be as useful. I might change the smoothness maybe to resolution. And then shape, offset, jitter. But the offset's also a little different. Yeah, jitter gets us some fun times. And then I also want to have resolution. I don't think these envelopes are going to matter as much because we're LFOing the filter. Can I map? Yeah, I can map the wave type also. Okay, so let's do this again. So let's go rate. We got the rate. Let's go smooth. Let's just do the same as before. Let's go depth. And then let's go shape. Offset. Jitter. And then we are going to set our resolution. And we are going to set our filter type, which that should, yeah, cycle through all those. Cool. And then you can change the resonance here. Sweet. And then I might rearrange these so that way they match a similar thing as what's going on to the LFO pumper we see on the left there. Oh, now I'm on my knees. Now I'm sitting out of the range of my camera a little bit. Raise that up. There we go. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. You know, I could have actually just built this in my LFO pumper because the rates are all there, and then just remapped. Then I don't have to remake all these. That's kind of a smart idea. We get some kind of smart guy over here. What's going on with this? That's okay. We're already working. We already got it pieced together. I've already got it named, so I'm kind of committed. All right, so we'll go red, smooth, make that green, depth, make that blue, ocean, baby, a little darker blue. And then we got our, this is our wave. So we're gonna change that to orange because it's the same color as the wave. Okay, then resonance, this is for the filter adjustments. So the resonance, I can also make that blue, I guess, to match the, because I will move it up. And then the filter type is, we'll just make that orange because that also is technically modifying the wave. Okay, but I needed to change this to, what am I doing here? So, shape, offset, jitter. Okay, damn it. Okay, let's do this. So the shape will map to where the offset is. I gotta rename them all. Shoot skis. Shape. Offset, jitter, Then this will be resonance. Change that to that bluey blue. And then change this to that orange. Okay, resonance. So we'll map that to resonance. And then shape, we will map to shape. Oh, that's already mapped to shape. Good. Good. Offset. Map to offset. Change that. Oh, I'm totally dorking this up now. Oops. Shoot. Map to jitter. So I want offset to be 0. Here we go. Jitter at 0. And I totally dorked my shape. Let's go back to sine. There we go. Filter type, and this should cycle me through my filters. Just make sure these are all mapped correctly. There's my jitter. There's my offset. There's my shape. Resonance. Depth. Keep that at a hundo. Smoothness, good. And then rate. Boom. Ho! We did it. Good job, team. You know, depth also technically impacts the wave, so I don't know why I didn't make that orange as well. I'm totally breaking my own damn rules here, and it's great. Rule breaker. Oh, give a little stretchy stretch. It's been an hour. Let me just stand up and do a little stretchies. Don't forget to get your stretches in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Bought a new mouse this week. Getting a little carpal tunnel in the wrist. But then I watched some videos of how to like sit ergonomically just to find out I was breaking every single rule. So I've made some adjustments to how I'm using my keyboard and mouse and putting my hands, and it's already gotten a lot better. Damn fool. I had my wrist just sitting on my desk, and my desk is, you know, it's hard, rigid wood, and I made the desk and I didn't like sand the corners down, so the corners are like a sharp 90 degrees, and so it was hitting into my wrist and it was causing that to inflame and then giving me carpal tunnel. But it's gotten a lot better now, so that's good. So that's good. Okay, so now we got a filter, LFO filter. So now I can, instead of mapping this one to rates, because the pumper is more of a sidechain, I can mess with just different fun variations. So let me just set a default. And now let me make a new one. And let's just play around with this and see. Let's make it like a riser maybe. And then let's change slow the rate down, or speed the rate up, or we'll slow it down by moving the knob up. Maybe mess with it. It's kind of fun. Let's see, so this will change the offset. Let's get it tuned in the... let's see, that's just ducking that. It just adds kind of a interesting... kind of like a jittery rise. Let's go a smooth one. Turn that resonance back down. It's kind of nice. Let's change this, unsmooth it a little bit. Make it a little harder. It's kind of fun. Sort of makes it an evolving. So let's go rising. Save that. Let's maybe up the offset a little schmooch. No, actually I don't want to do that because things. And you can change your rate. So if you want a slower, slower evolving, so it gives you some evolving speeds. You could go fast. Cool, I like that. So we got a riser. Now let's inversely, let's change the shape and let's go down. And then let's even change the filter type. And then let's offset it so it doesn't quite kick in so late. Let's change the depth here. Let's see here. Want it to go deeper, but I've got this capped off at 33%. I don't want to mess up these other ones. Slow the rate down real quick. Keep it at 1. I don't really need the jitter. The jitter's there just in case somebody kind of wants to mess with it. I don't think any of the presets will have the jitter on. It's just an option. Let's have the offset go lower. Let's see here. What am I trying to do here? So depth. Oops. Oh, there we go. Let's crank the depth. There we go. Now let's change the offset. There we go. I knew the capability was there for what I was trying to do. Just up the smoothness. Maybe it's a little too deep. Let's see, then we'll mess with the offset so it starts not as high. Okay, we're getting there. I just want to make sure these presets are dialed. I'm going to try something. We're going to lower this down to 0%. Which is going to mess this up, I think. So this is how we're going to fix it. So we're going to make the depth less on this one. There we go. That 33% was giving me a limiting factor. I knew that was going to limit me. I just wasn't sure where I was going to hit the cap, and I hit it. Let's go a little wider, then we'll offset it so it starts more on the right side of the spectrum. Let's go a little wider. Alright, now we'll resave that as the default. Let's go back to our riser. And then same thing. We'll make the depth a little less. Offset it a little bit. A little deeper. Wait, let's go. Come on, let's get it over there. Let's get. Okay, so that's good depth. Let's get the offset a little more dialed. Then let's make it so just so it. I don't like how sharp that wave gets at the end, so we're gonna just take the depth down a smidge, just so it barely. Offset a little bit. And then let's smooth it out just a smidge more. Let's go to the end just a little bit more. Alright, we'll resave that as our rising. Okay, there we go. I already like this better. Okay, and then we'll offset this to the right. Go a little deeper. I don't know if it needs to necessarily go to the lows as much. Too much offset. Cutting off too many of the high ends. Too many high ends. Losing them. There we go. So we got a riser. Let's save this now. Let's see. This sort of. It's more of a opener. They both are kind of evolving, I guess, in a way. I can rename them later. That's okay. We're just tinkering. Save our document here. Boy, I'm really excited to see what you guys do with these. And now let me turn on my pumper just for fun. Now you got some nice evolving sounds. Let's try to add. So let's just save this initially. LFO filter. And then let's go ahead and add this to our bassy bass. These are out of sync. Let me sync them back up again. So that's without the filter. And this is with it. Get a little evolving action. And maybe turn a pumper on. Just to really exaggerate it. Sweet. Alright, let's get those off. Let's keep messing with this here. Okay, what other kind of presets can we do? Let's add a new variation. Let's see. What kind of shapes do we got going in here? Got a little square action. Here we go. We can go like a high-low thing. Interesting. We can change the smoothness here. This is really impacting the volume because it's a tight filter, I guess. Let's see. Let's change the resonance. There we go. Then let's change the offset's fine. Let's change the depth so it doesn't. Turn my pumper off. See though, with that pumper, see how it builds, you know, rhythm without requiring anything to sidechain it to? It adds a little bit of a swing to it. Allows you to start kind of jamming with the track. Otherwise, you know, it's a little less there, so this just kind of gives you a little bit another dimension. I don't know. I'm gonna use the shit out of it, so I hope you do too. Alright, so let's keep messing with this. Let's see, depth, smoothness. Let's turn the smoothness down a little bit. Let's see. Adds a little bit of a... Now let's go back to this. Let's maybe up the depth so the distance between the top and the bottom is a little more. It's offset a little bit. Okay, it's a little too much. A little less depth. I'm excited to make a video kind of overviewing these. Basically, the depth is going to be, you know, how far your extremes are on either end of the wave, where the center of the wave is. Might recolor these. I'm not sold on the way these are colored. So now we just got this little... What if the smoothness is off? Just a hard. And what if we turn the rate way down? Interesting. Just a way to add some interesting sounds to this all. Just add a little smoothness to it. Let's see. I don't want to keep modifying this. So maybe let's spread it out a little more in the spectrum. Let's turn our rate back up to, let's go to half. Although a hold is also good. Let's turn the smoothness up quite a bit. That'll give us more of sort of smooth sound you hear in a lot of electronic tracks. And then let's offset it a smooch more. It's kind of leaning towards the highs more. Okay, we're gonna rename this as a... Boy. Oh, I need a name for this. I don't know how to name these presets. It's kind of like a siren. Siren, we'll just call it siren for now. Why not? All right, save that. I should probably name this. I probably shouldn't have this one be default either. I should name it like tremolo. I'll just call it tremolo for now, even though it's not really a tremolo. I mean, if you make it fast, I don't know. Sure it is. Why not? Now I'm curious, let me save this again. Is my LFO filter, let's overwrite. Let me just load this onto my bass here, which I have it called melody, but it's not, it's a bass. So let's go ahead and delete that, and let's load our new LFO filter on here. So in the case of a bass, I could offset it. And let's go back to this one and turn it back to something. Let's turn it off for now. Come back to here. So I could change the depth to make it not... Offset it more, so you can just kind of fine tune it to whatever your instrument is. So like, because this is a bass, you know, I want more at the low end, and you can even modify your shape. Just keep it. Oops, wrong shape. I want to modify the filter type. Maybe change our depth again. So this gives you a lot of, this is actually dope. Wow, whoever designed this is a genius. All right, back on our chords here. Okay, Boy, what else can we make? It's weird to me that this keeps playing despite not playing anything. Okay, let me stop this. There we go. Okay, so we got that. Let's make a new variation. This is sweet. So let's mess with maybe making something fast. I don't have a lot on the fast rate side of things. Let's mess with some crazy shapes. So we did a square. Random. I don't know that I want a random preset. It's there if anybody wants it. Let's mess with some triangle stuff. And filter type. Let's do something with this one. Keep the resonance low. And then we can choose. Let's see, it's almost making it sort of sound like it's got some weird sort of digital distortion, almost like an old tape or something, I guess. That's interesting. Try to smooth this down. Interesting. See, this just gives a really interesting way to experiment, which I think is fun. Ableton is so fucking dope. I don't know why anybody uses anything other than Ableton. That's fast. That is going fast. Boy, look at that knob. You'd break your knob if you were trying to automate that by hand. Look at that thing fucking go. Damn, let's make it go faster. Alright, anyway. Let's keep it at 16th. And then you could even automate these knobs and get crazy effects too, which is super fun. Interesting. So let me turn this off just to see how it's sounding. So this is it dry, and this is it wet. That's kind of cool. What the hell do I call this one? Wobbly bobbly. It's almost like a decayed tape decay, I guess. I don't really know what to call this one. I'll rename them later. Let's see, what other kind of variations can we make? This is so cool. I love this. This is so fun. Let's see what kind of shapes we got here. Let's go back to like just a good old sine wave. Let's change our rate. I don't know where we're gonna go yet, but we'll just get our rate on something else. Let's change our filter type. Offset a little bit. That's kind of similar to the last one. I guess we sort of have this is. Oh, I forgot to save that before I switched off of it. That was stupid. Great, kid. Nice going, kid. And then filter type, I had it on this one. Save this real quick. I don't think I have. Let's see, that one uses that one, the siren. That's okay. I don't want to use that either. Let's go. This is different from the riser, because every time I use this on the riser just goes evolving, where this is sort of more all over the place. Let's. What happens if I increase smoothness 100% on the sine? It's just a smoother sine wave. Obviously, you're smoothing something that's already pretty smooth. But it does lose our chance of jitter. Alright, let's change the depth. Too much depth. I love being able to do this. I want to make so many presets. So subscribe if you want to see more presets, because there's going to be hella presets coming down the pipeline. Let's see here. So that gives us kind of a... Turn our resonance. Yeah, I'll keep it about there. Give us a more of a solid wall. All right. Okay. Let's make the depth a little more. Offset it a smooch. And then save that, and then we'll call this how about slow-mo? What is this tremolo? Oh, so why this? So this is just a different rate of this first one, basically. So that was useless. I just duplicated. All right, let's delete that one. We'll just stick with these 5 for now. So let's go ahead and save that. It's an LFO filter. Oops. Save that. Okay, to overwrite, yes. And let's go ahead and add that to our plugin faves. Okay, so now we have that. Let me just delete this instance of it here, because I don't want to have it pop up as the wrong thing. And then let's go ahead and we'll head on that. We'll just turn the pumper on here. We get our pumper. Oh, pumper is on there. All right. There's something fun. Okay. This is dope. Alright, I love this. And then, alright, so now let's see. What else can I do with an LFO? Man, I could design these all day. All day. Okay, so let's do another audio effect rack here, audio effect rack, and then we are going to add another LFO. More LFOs. Get our things open. Let's see, let me collapse this one. I don't need to see the chain. Okay, so let's go to our audio effects. What else can we add? So we got saturators. So I could just make one that's a full, like effects stack of like saturators, overdrives, maybe like a reverb, pitch modulation, auto pans, frequency shifters. Yeah, we could get super fucking weird really fast. Let's do it. Oops. Oops. What am I trying to do here? Okay. We're just going to kind of throw some things into here. So let's go ahead and throw a saturator in here. Let's throw a overdrive. Hey, where are these going? What the heck? Oh, can I not add these into here? There we go. That's weird. Let's add a saturator. Throw that into the stack. Alright, let me turn off this pumper. Let me turn off everything else. In fact, let me just delete these out of here. Oops. Okay, so let's get some mapping going. And this could get out of control really fast. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So let's set a max here. Yeah, the saturator adds a little too much gain, so I don't think we'll maybe do a saturator. Unless, let me turn that drive off. And let me map this to, let me mess around with some settings here. Well, no. Alright, the saturator is no-go. It was worth a test. Oh, I also had the overdrive on, that wasn't helping anything. Let me give it a... Let me give the saturator a little fairer time here. I just don't think there's any reason to... Yeah, we'll just turn that off. So let's try... Let's just map this real quick to that tone. Let's open it up our... Slow the rate. Let's go up. No, I like the size. Let's try a triangle. No. Let's go square with some smoothness. No, the sine was... Go slower on the rate. kind of interesting. Then I could set a drive knob. Interesting. Very interesting. So what were my three first knobs? They were rate, smoothness, and depth. It's kind of cool, actually. So let's go ahead and map our rate, smoothness, depth, and then let's do like our shape, offset, and jitter. Okay, and then we're gonna map our drive. So we got our overdrive, drive. So if you wanted to just turn that off entirely, you could just turn off the drive. But then if you want it on, the tone is mapped, so it's gonna, the wave's gonna impact the tone of the drive. That at 50. Okay, that's kind of cool. So what else can we add onto this? Let's maybe add let's try something here. Let's try adding an EQ into the stack. Let's turn off anything but the highs and lows here. Set our kind of core values, just cutting off highs and lows. And then what happens if I map, oops. So let's map this frequency. Oops. And then let's map this frequency. And then we'll set the high frequency to where the lowest it can go is 60% down. And the max that this can go is 40% up. Oops, wrong way. 40% on that end. So that leaves us a 20% gap in the middle. Let's go a little more on both those ends. So let's go to 60% is the max end there, and 40% is the low end here. Interesting. So now, as you can see, watch the tone and watch the envelope. As it gets to the high ends, that drive is gonna kick in with that tone, really make it scream, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna set this new variation as Screamer. Kind of a fun sound. Once I get this one dialed, this effect down, I have the 3 LFO things. I'm going to mess with different instruments just to see how they work on different instruments. LFO effects. This is so fucking cool. God damn it, this is so cool. Okay, so what else can I add into here? Let's see, drive and color. I could add like an amp, maybe, or I could add some like delays. Let's add a delay in here. So let's go. And I probably won't be able to fully recognize the delay until I have this on a different instrument. So let me maybe, let me open this up. What changed? What happened? Why is it different now? All I did was open the instrument, and the sound changed. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Let me just... Why did my sound change so much? That was very weird. Very strange. Let me stop playing it and start it over again. Here we go. Weird. I don't know what was going on. Very weird. Okay, so let's see. What kind of a... Yeah, let me throw on a little drier sound. So let's throw these chords onto a different thing here. This is gonna play a bass, which is not what I initially want. So let's find, let's go to sound faves. Let's open up let's try opening up a doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-boom-ba-doop-boom-ba-doop. Let's go to these guys. Oops. I was like, those aren't my chords. Stop playing, please. And then, there it goes. There it is. So let me, let's just go ahead and move all of these in more. Let's make this more of a... Oops, how do those end up being the same chord? Oops, I dragged it wrong. That's why. These are supposed to be that. All right. See what sounds we got here. Funky filter. God. Let's just go ahead and add an octave down here too. Let's actually just select all these. That's a little too much tuna. Too much tuna. Alright, we'll just take our low notes here. We'll drag these down an octave. And then there's some weird things going on, I think, with that hold pedal again. So let me... I have this problem frequently. Something wrong with my... It's either my M audio key station or my foot pedal, but I got some weird things that go on. Here we go. Okay, now let me bring this LFO effects rack I'm working on here over to here. Let's delete that LFO. Crazy. Yeah, I wanted to hear what this delay was doing was the main reason. Interesting. Change the tone, or no, the tone's fine. We want to change the EQ here to where it doesn't go quite as high. Because when it hits that 100 mark, it really is punching some crazy sounds. Let's turn the dry wet down the delay. I'm realizing this might become too specific of a knob because we're LFOing a tone on a drive and the EQ. Although the EQ could just be turned off to bypass the EQ. So we'll have a bypass set up for the EQ. So let's just actually go ahead and map that. EQ on, off. And then delay. Even just ignore the delays. I really don't like building things like delays into audio stacks if I can, because usually you should manage these through your sends, but it's fun to have the option, isn't it? This one's going to require a lot more macro effects. Let's just turn on our full 16 for now. We might want to have delay. Okay, let's get really strange. Very strange indeed. So I've inverted the delay, dry wet, with the rest of them. So that's going to give us a big delay in the low end. It's almost too weird. It's weird. It's getting weird. let me copy this one back to the chords here. So we're just gonna, we'll paste the new one before we delete the original. So this is the original. We'll turn the original off, delete that, and then turn this one back on. So let's get this one going. That's weird that I'm not hearing this one. Cause wait, why neither of them are playing? Why do I hear any of it? Why do I even hear this one? It's this fucking sustain pedal again, man. I swear to goodness. Off with you. Damn, I don't know why that always happens. Let me just fix that now because that's just driving me freaking crazy. Oops. You're driving me mad. You're driving me crazy. Let's just delete this. And then let's go back to here, and then let's just select all these and just legato. There we go. All right, let's try that. There we go. Sounds a little cleaner on this one. I think that piano I selected was a little too crazy. Let's take this one and go piano, chords, bass. Okay. And then we got some delay feedback here, so we'll map the delay feedback. Oops. Delay feedback. And that will ultimately turn it off, because if you don't want any delay, I think if you just turn the feedback down, it'll... Okay, so we got a delay, dry wet, mapped to an LFO. We got the EQ, the saturator, or the overdrive. And so we got this screamer thing here. Kind of interesting little revolver. Okay, we're gonna make a new variation, and then let's see what else we can mess with here. Let's mess with the shape. I wonder if we make a really slow rate. That's a little too slow. Not going down, and then it'll reset to up. So let's maybe change our shape. Make our depth a little less. Hard to make some variations for this one. I probably should map the overdrive to be turned off also. I'm gonna have to rearrange these at the end, but overdrive on, off. Let's rename that overdrive word. It's a little long. Overdrive So let's say in this variation, I don't want overdrive on. Maybe I want some like big feedback. Let's increase our depth. Maybe I don't even want the EQ on for this one either. Okay, so now we just got a delay going. Let's turn this up. Which I also need to add a delay on and off switch. No, I got the feedback. I don't need the on and off switch. Right? Yeah. What other audio effects can I add here? Grain delay looper. I should probably do actually maybe a... I'm wondering. No, because... No, I don't want that. Definitely add some reverb thing. I could do phasers and choruses. Yes. Gosh. Let's LFO some phaser business. Let's turn this. I don't know. I gotta think about this rack. This one is not as good as the other ones thus far. LFO effects. We'll just save this as LFO effects in progress. But we got the other ones for now. I think that's probably okay for today. I need to let my brain kind of figure out other ways for this. But we did make some other fun ones. So let's just mess around with what we did last time here. Plug and fave. LFO filter. A little rising, a little pumper. We got some fun ones with these. Let's have my screamer on. Can't even hear my screamer. My overdrive's off. Weirdness. All right, well. Alright, we'll just call that good enough for now. Anyway, thanks for tuning in if you watched. I want to mess with these more and get a few more presets going. I gotta decide more effects-wise. The first two I kind of was thinking about those ahead of time, so I knew I wanted those. But these other ones I gotta decide what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna work on those. If you're watching to this point, awesome. You might as well subscribe if you're not already. If you've watched this much of me just doing nonsense. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to some of you guys who are using Ableton and maybe trying to figure out your own presets and mess with LFOs and all that kind of fun jazz. But I'll make a fuller video once I actually have this done, just walking through these different presets, and then I'll have them up on the website for you guys to download. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Take it easy, and I hope the rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this, is swell and fantastic. Maybe you watch this overnight, and now is another day.